Hey guys, alright, so unsubscribes. What do you do? Now, this is gonna be mainly for people who either want to have an email list or already have one, or want to have a YouTube, Instagram, whatever, where you're creating content and people can subscribe to you or follow you or whatever. This is gonna be a pretty important thing to understand, but it's about unsubscribes, right? What are unsubscribes? What do they mean? What do you think about them? Do you panic when one person leaves, or do you not care? All right, so what they mean. Are basically when someone decides to stop receiving a consistent feed from you. Okay, so if it's your emails, for whatever reason they decided to not get your daily or weekly email. It does not mean that they don't like you or they don't want to hear from you. It just means that they, are not right now in a position to want to get your emails. That's all. All right. When I say emails, it applies to YouTube videos or pictures or whatever the hell you're creating. All right. That's what it means. It's simple. Now the causes for that, there are plenty. Right. Maybe they unsubscribe because they were getting too many emails, too many pictures, too many. Maybe their Instagram feed is completely filled and they're pissed, so they decide, let me just unsubscribe from my whole Instagram following, and they could do that. But that's the first reason. They have too many things that they're subscribed to, right? It's a pretty big problem today where people get too much information, right? People can be overloaded extremely easily. So if you happen to be overloading them and they don't see you as one of those vital information arteries, then that's fine. It's totally okay. And I'll get to why in a second. All right. Also, another reason is maybe they weren't getting enough info from you. Maybe they weren't getting enough information from you. That's also another reason too. Some people, I've done this too. There have been times when I've been getting information from someone, and it was really, it was really rare. It was rare. It was really occasional. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I just unsubscribed because the information wasn't enough. It wasn't enough of a continuous, frequent feed, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, well, all right, whatever. Let me just stop, and that's what happened. I just unsubscribed. It didn't mean that I actually didn't like the feed. Actually, if they had made more info, I would have been more inclined to listen. All right, there are times when you just really want information, and there will be times when your followers or your listeners or whatever your audience is might want to hear from you more. And if they don't hear from you, they will just cut you off for a second and unsubscribe. Now, here's the good news about that, right? When that kind of unsubscribe happens, it doesn't mean that they are polarized away from you. It just means that for now they have others to focus on. Okay? It doesn't mean that they don't want to hear from you in particular. Okay? So there's that. And then, like I said before, maybe their inbox is just too full. It's normal, right? And lastly, which is the best reason, is maybe they're just not a match with you. Maybe they just don't like your voice. They just don't resonate with whatever it is you're saying, right? And that is great, because the last thing you want on your list are people who are listening but have no intention to take anything you say seriously. Let them go. I had to learn this the hard way. When I first started my email list, I was just, and this is an email list for violin people, violinists, right? So it's only people who play the instrument or want to who be on the list. So I was like, oh, awesome. No one subscribes, right? Wrong. People unsubscribed from me pretty much often. It wasn't like 10 unsubscribes a week, but it was just people unsubscribed, and I couldn't understand why. Because it's such a small, curated, specific niche, right? But very often that doesn't matter. It does not matter. People unsubscribe for all kinds of reasons. Maybe their violin got destroyed and they're pissed. They leave you, right? Now, that's that. Now, here's what you want to see. Here's what the goal is, right? The goal is to have as many people who are listening to you for real take your information and buy your offerings. Your goal is to take as many real fans as you have and drive them to the sale. You're not aiming to drive anybody else other than your real fans to buy from you. You're also not trying to drive people who are on the fence to you either. Let those people come to you on their own time. It's not your job to tip them over. It's your job to put out content. Listen to those who are listening to you, give them what they want, and let the people who are on the fence decide whether they want to be on your team or not. That's it. What to think about unsubscribes is pretty simple. I would say there's two ways you can see it. There's two kinds of unsubscribes. Right? One is the unsubscribe based on like lack of resonance. That unsubscribe is when someone really doesn't care about your message or doesn't like it, they'll leave. Perfect. The other kind is essentially when somebody is kind of on your message, but then they just don't want it. They're just not into it. Let them go too. Alright? And there is one more kind of unsubscribe. And this is the one you want to stay away from. There are times when people like your brand voice or like your message or whatever it is, and then there's times when you might just go off message and say some really weird shit. And that will kind of be jarring to people, some, given that is, right? And they're going to leave. They're just going to go, right? Usually when that happens, you can tell this happens when tons of people leave at one time. So like, let's say you have a 500-person email list, small list, right? And you send an email, and let's say 20, 30 people leave in the 2 days, the day of the email and the day after. That is a red flag. And that should tell you, check out that email, see what you did. Did you sell too much? Did you sound weird? Did you go off message, whatever? Just do that, all right? Same thing goes for Instagram, for anything else. If you do something and people flock away and you didn't intend to cause that reaction, go back, check out what happened, see what you did, and see if you can find what caused that change. Because usually if that happens under your watch and you don't know what caused it, you should. If you don't know, then something's wrong. All right? So that's really my idea on unsubscribes. My goal is not to convert people who are on the fence, but it is to present my brand and my message to them and to let those who are interested come to me and make it as easy as possible for them. Right? I'm going to convert them. Remember, I'm going to convert everyone I can. However, it's a bit of a dichotomy. It's like you're converting whoever you can, but you're not trying to work to make those people who are on the fence or not really with you come over. All right? People who like your message, recognize your message. They will come. All right? So that's the main idea of it. If you want more on this topic, I'll deliver. But that's my main idea on unsubscribes. It took me a while to get it, and I actually kind of used to freak out in the beginning about these things. But that's it. So I'll see you on the next video.